Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Holding It Together. Hope you guys have had a good week.
Does Hannah look a little different?
She's a redhead.
She's a redhead. Which, honestly, I can't stop staring at you. Like, you embody, I don't know, the energy you're giving off right now.
Dead. It's crazy how I feel like my face looks really different. Like my skin looks, we were just talking about this. I was doing my makeup today and I was like, I look so much like paler than usual.
Mm-hmm.
Like just, I don't know. Porcelain. Yeah.
Your eyes are greener.
Yeah.
You're more captivating. I don't know what it is. Like, were you supposed to be born a redhead? I don't know.
Maybe.
It's very subtle. Like, it's not
It is.
Ariel.
It's not like, no. It's like a natural red. And I didn't do any lightening. So it's just the like developer she put in, like lightened my hair a little bit to where like you can see the red more. Mm-hmm. And it'll get a little lighter as it washes out. But no, it looks really natural. And like the way that she put my roots darker so I wouldn't get hot roots. And then it like grows out.
Yes.
So I love it.
I'm so glad you did that.
I'm so glad. I was so I did it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was so scared.
I remember a couple weeks ago we were going back and forth. You're like, I think I want to do it. Like, I think I'm going to book the appointment. Mm-hmm. And I was like, do it. Like, you know, I'm a proponent.
Yeah, my hairstylist kind of bullied me into it.
Wait, I'm obsessed.
Like in a good way.
I'm
in a good
actually
way.
so happy for you that she did that.
Yeah, no, same. Wait. I'm really glad I did it. I've always wanted to do something like change my entire hair color. And it used to be like I wanted to have like purple hair. Mm-hmm. But
you get older, you get more mature. Me saying that, literally being like, I'm gonna go pink.
No, and you should.
Yeah.
But here, the only thing that keeps me back from going like that kind of color is paying for the bleaching.
That's so fair. Like, I have already lighter hair.
Yeah.
So the bleaching is very minimal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I talked to my hairstylist and she was like, we might not even have to bleach. Because I think I want to do like a temporary dye. So it's like even less because I don't want like a bubblegum pink head. Like, that's not it. Like, I want like pink highlights. But anyway, your hair, beautiful, amazing, perfect. Like, I can't stop looking at you.
I know. So
captivating.
I think I'm a redhead for the foreseeable future.
I honestly hope so.
For a while.
It looks so amazing.
Yay. Guys, we have big news. War is over. We got Olivia Rodrigo tickets.
Yes. I was like, oh my God, what is our big news? Oh my God.
If you guys have been around for a while, you know that when Olivia announced the Guts tour, this had to be like tour. This is like back in the beginning of the podcast. This is early days. We signed up for pre-sale and all. I don't know if she did Amex pre-sale back then, but we did like all the kinds of pre-sales. We got cooked. We did not get tickets. It was like a several week long rant on the podcast. It was a sore point. Okay. It was a sore point. Now she just announced her tour. What's it called for her new album? I can't remember what the tour is called.
You're pretty sad for a girl in love or something like that.
Yeah. That's the album. But I think the tour is
called
different.
Unraveled.
Yeah, Unraveled. And so she announced that. So we signed up for, well, I could do pre-sale because I could do the Amex pre-sale.
Yeah, she had no artist pre-sale.
Yeah, just Amex. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little better because it's not like the double pre-sale like it was last time. Oh, I think she did like a Cash App pre-sale and then artist pre-sale. Maybe. So anyway, I got tickets. Guys, the way, so like I'm freaking out because I'm like, I stayed home from work that day because I'm like, I need to focus. I need to like lock in. Like it's going to take me, and I know I'm going to be like, it's not going to be a pretty sight to see. So like nobody at work needs to see me like that. Okay. The way I'm locked in, I get in the queue. You're number 430. Hello. I'm like, I texted Nicole. I'm like, we're getting tickets. We are getting tickets. Now, here's the thing. I hadn't really done much planning of like where to go because my vibe was kind of just like, I'm going to try and get somewhere kind of close. Like, I don't really want to have to take like a whole trip to go because we're already doing that for Harry. So I'm like, my plan is just to like log in and pick all the cities that are like kind of close. And so I tried to do Toronto, but Toronto's the same like days as Harry. So I'm like, can't do Toronto. So I looked at like Pittsburgh. I looked at Philadelphia because my brother lives there. So even though we have to travel, we could stay with him and it'd be free. And then I was looking at like, I don't know. I had a couple other cities open on my tabs. I'm like, okay. I got into Pittsburgh. Okay. Now here's the thing about Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh show is September 29th. Okay. And I was like, okay, that's, Harry Styles is like October 3rd, October 4th. I'm like,
it's October 2nd.
I'm like, we have a week. We have like a week's, end of September, beginning of October. That's like 2 different weeks, right? In my mind. buy tickets for Pittsburgh. Why is that 2 days before we leave for New York? Olivia Rodrigo's on a Tuesday, okay? We're leaving Thursday night, right? Or Thursday day.
I think Thursday.
Yeah. We check in on Thursday to our hotel. So
we'll be busy.
We'll be busy. Now, here's the thing. I also got tickets to Philadelphia because I was on a high. Yeah. And I was also like number 500 in the line for Philadelphia. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, but then the thing was that that's the weekend before your wedding.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's kind of like a lot. Like, for like, who knows how you're going to be feeling then. Yeah. So I was like, okay, like I'm going to see if my brother and his wife want to go. So I got tickets for all of us. So we have options to switch around if we need to. Guys, I'm so happy we got the tickets. I don't know if we can go, but we got the tickets.
No, we're going.
No, we are.
Period. Like either
might just have to take like the whole week off, like Pittsburgh,
honestly,
getting out of the week.
I was
New York
actually
City.
considering just taking off, or working from home, or like I have no idea. Like just,
I don't know.
Maybe working that Sunday, you know.
Yeah.
Before, because I gotta
get those hours in.
So
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm cooked, but
actually same. But you know, I'm so excited. Like I am so excited. I
can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Harry
and Olivia in 1 week.
I know. We're gonna be dead.
We're gonna be dead on our feet. Remember when we tried to do like concerts back to back, and then I literally canceled. I said immediately no.
Oh yeah, because we did Joe, and then you had one Saturday, and then one on like.
No, we did Joe on like Wednesday, and then I had one on Friday, and I was like, no, respectfully, no.
No. Yeah, no, that's a lot. So, but you know what? It's gonna be like the best week ever. It's gonna be so much fun.
It will be so much fun.
Yeah.
The way Nick, I was like, I don't know, should we go? But this was like before you were in the queue. I was like another concert, because Nick's like, wow, you go to a lot of concerts, and I do. And I was like, I don't know, like whatever, like tickets are probably gonna be expensive. I'm thinking around like 200. That was like our limit, which is still a lot of money.
It is.
And Nick was like, because we have a wedding to pay for, so I was like kind of going back and forth with him. Tell me why he got offered Sabres tickets, and he was like, you should need to go to Olivia Rodrigo. I'm going to the Sabres game. I was like, fair.
That's so funny. No, I have the same back and forth where I'm like, we have been going to a lot of concerts, and a lot of big concerts. We've been spending like good amount of money, big money, and like especially like Harry, we're making a whole weekend out of it. Like that's that adds on top of it, and
big money.
It is big money, and so, and like Matt and I are trying to like save money and like recover from the wedding, and just like get on our financial feet better for the future. But I'm like, also at the same time, I'm like, money is meant to be spent, and like how often. The way I think about it is like, okay, I'm not going to go broke on concerts. Like, I'm not going to go spending like, I mean, $200 a ticket is like my max that I will do.
It's not mine, baby.
Depending on who it is.
The way I spent thousands of dollars on Taylor Swift.
No, and good for you.
And here's the thing. Nick was also telling me this. He was like, we don't have kids.
That's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, I think that I want to have kids in like the near-ish future. So my days of being able to go to a concert on a random Tuesday are limited. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like, these are artists that I love, and I have so much fun. Like I have so many like deep memories from like going to concerts.
Yes.
That like, why would I not? You know?
I totally agree with you.
So like within reason. And obviously like, yeah, like I don't think
and
even
for
like
Taylor,
spending
within no reason. Within, not a reason.
But you have to like, you have your limits. You know what I mean? You're not doing that for every single artist, but you have your like specials and your favorites. Where like Ariana, I'd probably spend more than $200 to go see. But Billy, maybe more than $200 to go see. But
to be fair, the ones that we're going to, we've got them all in the artist like sale.
It's true.
Because from Joe to Olivia to Harry, we got them all in the sale. Like so we're not paying those
the scalping prices.
Those scalping prices. So we're smart in that sense. Like we didn't get Ariana. And so I fear, at least I'm not going to her this year. You can
I fear it's not happening for me. Like I look at the pre-sale or I look at the resale and it's like literally almost $1,000 and I'm like no,
and because you have to travel for it anyway,
right? And then, and like then I can't bring someone with me, and like that's I'm like I could go by myself, but like part of the fun is having someone there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
There was a quote. There was a like a would you rather on a What We Said episode, And it was like, would you rather be front row at a concert of your favorite artist, or like free tickets, like whatever, or be in the 300s with all of your friends?
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you pick?
If I was front row, bye.
Exactly.
Like with peace and love, like, see you later.
Exactly. Like there was
for my favorite artist,
like,
yeah.
Like, please, like, I'm sorry, I will see you guys after the concert.
No, like I'll have a great time.
Yeah. But like, you have fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a great time.
But yeah, unless I'm like in the front row, like not having someone there is like.
Honestly, if I'm in the front row, I am trying to make an emotional connection with Taylor. So there is no room for distractions, right? There's no room for
no
friends.
No, we're not sharing.
Yeah, I'm not sharing this moment with someone. Like, sorry.
This is all mine.
This is all mine. And me saying that with like hundreds of strangers around me, like
all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. And speaking of Ariana Grande,
her new single,
her new album.
Oh, Petals, but she's releasing a single at the end of this month.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is going to be one. I feel like lately I've just been in my Ariana Grande era. Like the girls have been working. Like every girl boss has been working, and I'm in my Ariana Grande like vibe right now. Last year, this year, 2024, like I've been listening to her nonstop. I don't know what she's put in her recent albums. Cracked me,
girl. She's always had it. No, I'm telling you, it's always been there.
I agree with you. There was some, like, I've listened to a couple of her past albums, like the niche songs, not like Seven Rings, but like in that album, in that universe. Like love. I don't know now, but like Eternal Sunshine is like a non-skip for me. It's like no skips. It's just so beautiful. Like,
it is. It really is.
So different than her other albums, I will say. Like her other albums are more grungy, more
like poppy.
Yeah. And this one is like, it's like soft pop.
Yes.
And I'm obsessed. I love it. I'm eating it up.
Have you ever watched videos of her working in the studio?
Only on her Instagram. So like those are like tiny little
okay, because I mean, this is like kind of the same thing, but she'll post videos of her like adding layers to tracks, and like you see it all come together, and like she's just riffing, like she's just vibing in there, and it's like masterpiece.
Like,
hello,
like that is something I could never understand. Lately, Nick and I have been joking that like I was a performer in another lifetime, because I love singing, I love dancing. Unfortunately, I'm like so bad at it. Like I even love acting, but unfortunately, like it's not meant for me, girl.
Yeah.
So we talk about like it's so intricate on how like the levels of performance they are. Nick and I are watching One Piece right now, the live action.
Yeah.
These acting skills, like, actually diabolically amazing.
No,
like,
it's crazy. And like how people like just understand and can like hear, like make up songs and things like that. Like I feel like I could write songs, but like getting the melody, like I'm so interested like how their brain works, like to bring up a new tune. If I try to like sing, like if I see like lyrics in a book and I try to like think of the song, it's like Yankee Doodle or something. You know what I mean? Like my brain's borrowing a tune from something else.
Exactly. What? So random, but the song that like brings. Have you ever heard "Need" by Taylor Swift? It's like a vault track. It's actually like a hidden. It's like a unreleased song. That is what I literally sing my tune to every time I like make up a song, because I do have like a little songbook, which honestly
I love that.
It's never going anywhere, but it's like the thing is like it's a want, it's not a want, it's a need, and it's like you're gonna have to like cut that or something. But actually we'll see.
I'm gonna leave in the whispering. Just kidding.
No, you can't. I don't care. But anyway, it's just I always think of and every time I come up with a song, I'm like, this song familiar, literally Taylor Swift. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. No, cool. I know. It's funny. I was actually watching Taylor Swift's interview with New York Times last night while I was like setting all this up, and she was talking about All Too Well.
Yes.
Like, and she was like, I just sat there and ranted for 10 minutes. I'm like, huh? That was just off the dome?
That was off the dome?
Not her, like, what do they call it when people rap with no, like, freestyling? Freestyle? That was just freestyle?
I like freestyle?
I don't know. Like there's another word that I'm missing, but
yeah, no, she's riffing. It's insane.
It's crazy.
At 22 years old, like that's criminal. That's criminal.
Yeah.
Or 20 years old, because she released when she was 22.
Right.
And she said she was on like the Speak Now tour. It's like, how, girl? How? That was a really good interview. I loved every little niche thing that she kept saying. Like she doesn't like having two words together with the same ending and leading letter. So like, for example, in our song, she goes, when she talks real, it was supposed to be slow when he talks real low, but real and low have two L's, like beginning and ending, or ending and beginning, whatever. And so she changed it to slow, and everyone has always been like, why isn't it low? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But she's like, in my head, it makes perfect sense because I didn't want to whatever.
It just flows better.
It flows, and it like distinguishes the words. Better. But it was so interesting.
Yeah.
And so niche, and we don't really get a lot of those in the minds of Taylor Swift type of content, because she's not really online like that. And so every single crumb, like, I'm eating it up.
Like, no, it was really interesting to hear her like whole process, and like the way that she writes music as like stories, which I feel like has always been somewhat known, but it was interesting to hear her say like
perspective,
these are like tactics that she was purposefully using, and like that she was learning, and like that was like a big thing in like country music, and so I thought it was really cool to. I haven't finished it. I need to finish it, but it was a really good interview.
Yeah, it was a really good interview.
Yeah.
Speaking of Taylor Swift, I am clowning because she hasn't given us anything in so long, and by anything I mean she literally released an album last year. Like I was like, didn't we just get an album? Okay. And I'm not trying to be greedy, like I'm not, but I am kind of. I'm clowning, like I am clowning. So June 19th is a Friday this year. June 19th, 2006, she released her leading single, Tim McGraw. Okay. Now, this is the 20th anniversary.
Okay.
Do you think she's going to release Tim McGraw, Taylor's version? Because there was a countdown on her website, but it was deleted shortly. Like, but people got screenshots. People saw that.
Do you think people just have it like up? Always?
I don't know. I'm assuming that people will go into the code of the website and then get notified every time something changes, so they can be like as up to date. Like I'm pretty sure that's how they're doing it.
Yeah, they've got to have some kind of API or something that's telling them
to tell them that it's like something changed, or like a countdown, or because I remember when they were releasing cardigan merch, people would see like, oh, in the code there's like 4 unreleased like items that have been added to the website, but like they're hidden from the public. Yeah. But like they're there. And so it's like, okay, a release, an announcement, something's coming. Yeah. So yeah. And people could like tell like, oh, there's so many X amount of boxes of shipment of cards. It's like insane. Yeah. But the people that do that level
I'm telling you, like crazy. When you learn how to get into the back end of a website, like you can run the world.
Actually,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm a little clowning on that because why would that be perfect?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I thought you were going to say like an album, and I was like, no, she's getting married. Like, no, same time frame. But I could see her dropping like a single. Yeah. Yeah. Because that wouldn't be like too much work.
And she probably already finished. Like, she probably already recorded it. Like, it's not
like a huge project undertake while you're like getting ready to have a wedding.
Yeah. And I'm sure she's already pre-recorded all. I know she didn't do Reputation, but she said that debut Taylor's version was already done. This was back last year in May when she when she got all of her discography.
Oh yeah.
So we do know she has it in her arsenal. Like it could be coming. That being said, she hasn't said anything in the year that she said it was done. So, but 20 years, like I would wait. If I knew I had something coming out.
That is crazy. 20 years since debut.
Well, it's Tim McGraw. But okay. But debut, I believe, came in like June of that year, or not June. I don't know. Let's look it up. I have a phone. No, it came out October 2020 or October 24th, 2006.
Okay. But so yeah, this will be 20 years in October. That's crazy. I feel old.
When I think I'm old, I just think, okay, well, I'm literally in my Bleachella era. Like, she was 26. I'm 26. I'm in my Bleach Yell era, and that's so young to me. So I'm not old at all. I'm in my Bleach Yell era. I'm about to hit Reputation.
I just can't believe that was 20 years ago. Like, that sounds like so much.
It does.
Like, I remember in like 2007 listening to that album.
Yeah. There was like I don't think it was an MTV, but there was like a country music channel that my mom would put on every single weekend in the summer, and they would just play music videos. And I remember watching it. I would watch Our Song. I don't know if Tim McGraw's a music video, but I remember watching like Our Song. I remember watching Teardrops on My Guitar. Hello. That song hits so hard. I'm in my country era. Yeah. Are you listening to Casey Musgrave's album?
Yes, I was gonna say, guys, I don't know how I missed it because I saw she was going on tour. I kind of looked at the tour. I didn't really like pull the trigger on anything. Didn't click that like maybe she's going on tour because she's releasing an album. I just I've been listening to, Spotify does these like best of March, best of April. I was listening to best of April and
Dry Spell.
Okay, that wasn't on there, but I love that one.
That is so funny.
So funny. It was
it's giving country Sabrina Carpenter.
No, really. Casey's always been like a little unhinged though, which I love, like in her music.
I love it too.
God, what is it called?
Horses and Divorces.
Please.
I'm like, slay the house.
No, I love Back on the Wagon, Dry Girl, or Dry Spell.
I also love like Middle of Nowhere.
Oh my God, yes, same. That one, or I love Uncertain Texas, which I think is the one you're talking about.
What is Uncertain Texas?
That's the one where she's like, no one ever makes up their mind. Out here in uncertain Texas, nobody ever makes up their mind. Mexico Honey too. It was Hell on Me is the one that was on their thing. But no, I have been listening to it on a loop.
Actually, me too. I've been in like a country, and there's another girl, Langley.
Ella Langley.
I've been eating up her music too. Be Her. Oh my God. I'm like too stunned to speak. It's so good. Yeah. It's so good.
Wait, I just realized Middle of Nowhere is like the title track. That's my bad. Like, what am I? I'm like, I think you mean Uncertain Texas.
Okay, well, I was confused because I was like, no, I mean Middle of Nowhere. Like, I'm like,
please. Because with the way I was like looking at the track list, like that one was just cut off. And I was like, I don't see Middle of Nowhere.
That is funny. No, it's that one, but.
Dead. Yeah, no.
So
I haven't gotten super into Ella Langley yet, but.
You got it. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Speaking of artists who just released albums, I ride for Meghan Trainor so hard in the fact that like I really like her as a person. I don't really enjoy her music that much because it feels very repetitive. I think the sound, which I've listened to her album like briefly, I think the sound of this album is so amazing. I haven't listened to the lyrics yet. Like I haven't really dove in, but it feels like it's not super repetitive. Yeah. Like from what I've heard, I've been obsessed with this album. I'm actually so shocked. And honestly, I wish that Meghan Trainor, maybe it wouldn't have changed the thing, but you know, she canceled her tour. Yes. I wish that she released the album, or artists in general would release an album and then like announce a tour so we could like see what we're working with. Because I definitely wasn't going to purchase tickets. Yeah. Because no one ever comes to Buffalo. Like, please come to Buffalo, actually.
They used to.
I know.
Like, Ariana came to Buffalo on her last tour. Not yeah. Taylor didn't, but still, like, Drake would come. Kanye came a couple times.
Yeah. Like, can you
Nobody comes anymore.
Yeah. No,
hello. Just somber. They'll go to Toronto. Please.
I know.
Come to Buffalo.
Come to Buffalo. Please, I'm begging you. But... So I would have to make the trip to Toronto. Yeah. If I wanted to. And I'm just like, like, I don't really know. But with this album, I think I would have. And I'm kind of disappointed that at first I was like, I don't care.
I've been seeing a lot of discourse that people think it's because of the promo, which I be honest, I haven't really seen a lot of it. But like the clips I've seen, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. People like hate it. But like, honestly, I don't really care. Like, I don't mind it.
But I think it definitely does. Like I saw a picture. Someone was like covering her face. And they were like, talking about like this artist, whatever. And they're like, now who do you think this is behind me? And it's like Sabrina, because it's got the bodysuit, the blonde hair with the bangs. She uncovers it. It's Meghan Trainor. I'm like, oh. So like it just feels like a little inauthentic, I think.
Yes. I feel like there is this movement towards like raunchier and like the bodysuit and like the whatever. And I'm not saying that Meghan Trainor isn't authentic in that. I just think that because we know she's taken her GLP-1, she's on this like fitness health like journey. She's finally at a place where she feels confident enough to wear those things. So I'm not saying that it's not her. I'm just saying that I think it's shocking a lot of people because this hasn't been her aesthetic for a really long time. It was more of like the
like campy kind of
like housewife, like I don't know how to explain it, like like 60s, I don't know, kind of vibe. And so I think people are giving her a lot of like hate. She's getting a lot of hate for some reason, and I don't love it. Like I actually hate it. I'm like, Megan,
I haven't really seen it. I feel like I think you're right, like in the sense of like it's not necessarily like wearing a bodysuit is inauthentic to her, because it's like when I see like Taylor Swift wears bodysuits a lot on her tour, but like the way she does it is different than the way Sabrina does it.
Yes,
you know what I mean? And I think that like it didn't land well because the way that Megan, from like the small things I've seen, it didn't feel like it was Megan's like style of bodysuit. You know what I mean? Like it felt very much like her label or whoever's, because I know like a lot of this is not up to the individual artist. Like whoever is running this promo was like, we need to make her into Sabrina, like look like Sabrina, and it just fell flat because she's not Sabrina. She's Meghan Trainor.
I think that's where a lot of the criticism is coming from, is her aesthetic just doesn't feel like her.
Right.
And I think whether Megan's deciding this, whether her label's deciding what area to go in, I think it's really important to cultivate an image that is a reflection of you. And if this is her, then keep going, girl. Like, stay strong through the haters. Like, fly. But if it's not her, like, some people can tell. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, love the album. Such a good album.
I'll have to listen.
You will.
Yeah. Do you want to get into the topic for this week? Or actually, I think I have one more thing that would lead into it. Okay. We're talking about female friendship this week. This one's not really about female friendship so much as it is about like female relationships and like the power of female relationships. Nicole and I both finished The Nightingale. Help. I literally, like, when I was finishing it, I think this always happens to me where like I'm in bed and I get to a point where I'm like, I can't put this down. Like I can't go to sleep without knowing when it happens. And then I'm up till like 12:30 in the morning, like finishing a book. Not me like 1,000 yards staring at my ceiling like, what just happened to me? Like it's
so funny.
It was incredible. What did I just read?
Actually.
Like what is going on? It was so good. Like I did not think Kristen Hanna had game like that.
I told you she had game like that.
I know. Well, I didn't start to believe it until you said that.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So if Nicole likes it, then like I would probably like it too. Because before it was just like, I don't know, like the people that I saw recommending it, I was like, I don't generally like the recommendations, so I'm thinking that this is not my vibe. And historical fiction is not really my thing anyway. So I was like, yeah, it's not going to be for me. Like I'm just not going to participate, whatever. But obviously you hear about it literally all the time.
And it's being made into a movie, and the Fanning sisters are playing it. And like,
wait, that's so perfect.
Isn't it?
I did not know that.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
Like and it's supposed to be coming out February of next year.
Slay.
So we'll be on it. We'll have our movie game.
Yeah, no, it was such an incredible book. And it was such an incredible, like, I feel like it is true. Like the book was kind of in a subtle way making the point of like, even like during the war, like the Nightingale refers to like one of the women is like running a secret, like almost like underground railroad of like smuggling soldiers out of France, downed airmen out of France and away from the Nazis. And the Nazis are looking for them and they assume it's a man. And like even after the war, like the things that women, like the sisters are talking about how like obviously like the Nightingale is getting recognized after the war. People knew about that and eventually found out it was a woman. But like all of the other things that happened during the war that like the women did to resist and to like get themselves and their families through the war doesn't really get recognized as like heroic because it was small and it was unspoken. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't this huge event, but like all of the women who like, because honestly, like it seemed like, at least in the story, like it was like several years of like there being no men. Like they were all either shipped off to war or shipped off to like deported internment camps, like all of the above. And it was just the women, and like it was just the women that were left to defy the Nazis in whatever way they could, and like protect their children and their families and their communities in like whatever way that they could.
And even their small, quote unquote, defiances had big consequences.
Yeah.
And major consequences that could have like
gotten them killed, gotten their families killed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like in the book, I thought it was weird, or I took note of this, that one of the sisters, she kept saying, I only saved 19 people. I only saved 19 children. And it was like, she like almost minimized her
contribution.
Yeah, exactly. And but I'm like, flip it around. You saved 19 people. Like, and of her sister who saved many, many more. And like, it was quote unquote more treacherous and like more, and I don't know, like, I just felt like I loved the dichotomy between both of their, journeys.
Yeah.
Like, it was very different. And I like the books that have like hard conversations of even, because you kind of see some of these characters and you're like, they're not doing enough, they're not whatever, but like, could you imagine being in a time of war?
Yeah.
Every time I read a Christian Hannah book, the will to live skyrockets. I'm like, I don't have it that bad. Like, and I don't have it bad.
Yeah, no, really.
And I'm scared to be in war.
That's true. Because it's like, it's so easy to like get on your high horse and be like, well, you should have done this. And like, I wouldn't have complied and whatever. But like, you don't know what it's like to be in that situation. And to like, in one of the sister's situations, like, she was so scared to do anything for so long because she had children. And it was just her, like, her husband was gone. She was the only one who was there to protect her children. And so it's like, you don't know what you would have done in that situation. Yeah. And like, that is like her main priority, is like her children. Yeah. So
it was so good. And I will say, as much as I love the Nightingale, the women, Hannah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to add that one to my list next.
I don't know if it was like because it was my first Christian Hannah book that I read. I don't know what it is, but like, I think about that book on a daily. Like,
I've heard it's really good.
I can't, and you mentioned about like how like the women had like such a big part in this, and all I'm thinking is like, you need to read the women. I think you would absolutely devour it.
Okay.
It was amazing. Okay. And the women, it's about Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And it's about how like the women weren't seen as giving any contribution to that war. And it was her like trials, like going off to war and then being in it and then coming home afterward, and like the aftermath of that, and what, you know, she dealt with, which was,
well, and especially just the Vietnam War anyway. Like,
yes, period.
Anyone coming home from that was having a hard time. So,
so I think, like, I honestly want to reread The Woman. That's how good it was. Like, it's just.
Okay, yeah, I'll add it to my list. I've been reading a lot of, not really on purpose, but like a lot of like dramatic kind of dark books. So I need to like get like a vibe booster. Yeah. I'll talk about this more next week because I don't really have time to get into it, but I just finished Yesteryear.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, I literally, like, I was Friday night, Saturday. When did I text you about that? Saturday? I don't know. No. But I read like half of it. I was like, I have to finish this. Like, I was just so consumed by it. It was so good. That one's also going to become a movie.
Oh, okay.
With Anne Hathaway.
Oh, really?
I'll talk more about it next week. But like, I read The Nightingale. I read that. I've been reading a lot of like kind of dramatic books. Like even the ones I have like in my physical TBR right now. Like I have I Who Have Never Known Men, which is like kind of a darker, heavier book. Like honestly, all of them that I have are like somewhat dark themes. So I'm like, okay, I need like a.
Yeah, you don't read The Woman yet.
Yeah, I need to chill first.
That's
for a minute.
Dark book. That's a scary book. I'm like shaking in my boots. That's a rough book.
Anyway, want to get into female friendship?
Yeah,
friendship in your 20s. We've done an episode on this before. I'll have to think of I don't know what the exact title was or like really how long ago it was. So I'm not gonna get into like so much of like how to make friends.
Yeah.
But I think just talking about like the importance of friendship in adulthood, and especially like if you're a woman, like friendship with other women.
Yes. I
think is so essential. And I think like a lot of what people struggle with friendship in adulthood, like including myself, and like what makes it so different of like, because I think sometimes it's easy to have this idea of like, well, when I was like a kid, like I had all of these girlfriends and whatever, and then you get older and it's like so hard to create and maintain friendships. But I think it's really is that like adult friendship in general is you have to intentionally form and sustain them.
Yes.
Because like you're not like in school anymore. Like you don't have like built-in peers that you're with every single day that you have that proximity to build those relationships. Like you have to seek people out and you have to actively like contribute to that relationship and like spend time with that person to build it. And like you both have to go out of your way to do it.
And I think one of the biggest misconceptions of friendships and female friendships and just like adulthood friendships, I will say, is that it's effortless, because it's not.
It's not.
And I think when we're a child and like adolescence, it was almost effortless because we saw each other every day, because we had excuses to talk and hang out, and we had these like lunch periods between classes.
That's what you're doing all day.
Yes,
you're all doing the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. And when you get to adulthood, like life is just chaotic and messy and crazy, and it's not
everyone has different jobs and different schedules, and so to go out, you have to go out of your way to spend time with people and build friendships. And I think it kind of comes down to this idea that I feel like this is like my favorite quote. I'm gonna like get it tattooed like on my butt or something. Like it's the thing about like, if you want a village, you have to be a villager. And I think this like idea is like the undercurrent of a lot of like interpersonal relationships. But I saw someone make this post where they said reciprocity is the currency of female friendship. And I think that's so true. Like you have to give as much as you take. And like that in any adult relationship or in any relationship in general, honestly. But like I think that's what really builds a friendship.
No, I totally agree. On that note, I think another misconception is that friendships are a balance, like always 50-50, when 99% of the time they're not.
I don't think any relationship is rarely ever 50-50.
I totally agree. And it doesn't mean like, okay, I always give 70% and Hannah always gives 30. It's like, no, today I'm giving 70 and Hannah's giving 30. Tomorrow Hannah's giving 90, I'm giving 10. It's like it switches on a dime like every time, every instance, and sometimes it's like 50-50. Like so, but that being said, like you also have to ebb and flow with that relationship, because I think when people, even me, get really like hooked up on like, I've been giving so much effort, it's easy to forget the times where like Hannah or another friend or Nick or whoever, specifically this week, female friendships, when they were there for me.
And you didn't have the bandwidth.
I didn't have the bandwidth. And they, you know, like, I'll tell you a little story. So I moved, you guys know. And a couple Saturdays ago, I was moving with Nick. And we did it by ourselves because Nick just like, we can do it. It's easy. Like, I don't want to inconvenience our friends. And like, love that mentality. Really, I do. But like, also, if our friends are willing to help, like, maybe let's take the help. No, we didn't. And it's fine. But Hannah, she showed up in a way that I was just like, low-key in tears. Like, low-key was like, this is my best friend. She came over and she like just dropped off like storage bins and coffee to like give us that pick-me-up to keep going. And the way I was like, Nick, are your friends like my friends? Because my friend came over and gave me coffee. Like, my friends are cooler.
Not just any coffee. It was 7 Brew.
It was 7 Brew coffee. Yeah. I was like, my friends, they're cool. Yeah. Like, you're jealous of my friends right now. But, and it's like those little instances. I'm not saying that like you need to be giving your friends gifts and like whatever all the time, because I think that's impractical. But I'm saying like
that's not the only way to give.
Yes. The thought that like I felt like so seen, because Hannah took the time out of her day, 1, to get me coffee, and 2, to like acknowledge that I was working hard and that, you know,
and like I want to contribute, but I know that like
respected our boundaries, but still like supporting. Like, it was honestly insane, the thoughtfulness of that gift. And
thanks.
Like, I don't think you get enough credit. Like, I'm just like, I was like, oh, we are best friends. Like, I literally got out of my coffee, I was like, we are besties.
No, I think it is like, I think there's like a balance of like, because you can't use it like that kind of thing as like an excuse to be like, well, maybe they're going through a hard time, because at a certain point you do have to take stock of your own feelings and the way something's affecting you. But I do think it is like you have to step outside of yourself sometimes and be like, people go through busy seasons in life. Like I'm sure that like you were giving way more effort in our friendship when I was like gearing up towards the wedding because I had like no bandwidth for like literally anything. And I know that like when you're going for your wedding, like I'll be putting in more, and like you just have to be okay with that. Like, but you have to find the balance too as well. Like you can't do it to your own detriment. But you have to like consciously step outside of yourself to build those relationships.
So where is that like stopping point? Is it different for everyone? Is it different for all the relationship? But where's that point where you're looking at this friendship and you're like, it's not what I imagined. This is doing more harm than good.
If it's consistently making you feel bad. Like I don't feel bad like in our friendship when maybe there's a period where I am like going out of my way more because I'm like, not that like it'll be returned, but I know that like it's an ebb and flow, and it doesn't make me feel bad. Like I don't have any negative feelings about it. You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
But like I'll say like I had a friendship in college where like my first year of college, this group of friends and we would all hang out, and so like our first year of college, it was great, or the first semester, it was great. We all lived in the same building. We didn't have like any classes together, but we would all like get lunch together and hang out on the weekends. Like we had like our little Friday night like get-togethers and whatever. And I felt like I had a really good group of friends. Now, spring semester, they all rushed and I decided not to rush, which was fine. And obviously rush is a very busy time. And so I was like, I know that they're very busy. Like we are not going to spend as much time together in these like next month and a half. And like, that's fine. Well, then they all got into the same sorority. And even when you're pledging a sorority, that is very time consuming as well. And it eventually got to a point where like I could understand that during rush and during pledging, they were very busy and they had very limited bandwidth. And obviously they're getting to spend a lot of time together during those things because they're doing the same thing in the same place. But then outside of that, like I was trying really hard to make an effort of like, hey, like if you guys are free this day, like let's go see this movie. Like I really want to see this movie or whatever. I remember I went to visit Matt, and I don't know what movie it was, but I had been saying like, I think it'd be really fun if we went to the mall and had like a movie night and to see, I don't know if it was like a movie in general or what. And I had been really bringing this idea up over and over, like, hey, yeah, we're going to do it, like, next time we're free. And I went to visit Matt one weekend, and I looked onto my Snapchat, and I saw that they all went to a movie that weekend. And I remember, like, crying in Matt's dorm room and being like, I just don't understand. Like, I am trying so hard, and I'm trying to be understanding, but, like, I wasn't getting that back.
Yeah.
And then
Wait,
in
I'm
the
so
sense
upset.
of, like,
I'm like, it's been, like, 6 years. I'm like, those bitches. I'm like upset for you.
And I don't think they were doing it intentionally.
No.
But it's just like, okay, I was like, okay, obviously like the thought isn't there. You know what I mean? And like, I don't think they're holding me in the same regard as I'm holding them, which is fine. Like nothing on them, but it's just like, okay, this is not making me feel good. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to start creating distance because it's not making me feel good. Like I was realizing that I was becoming really bitter and really angry. Like I was harboring a lot of resentment. And I think that's how you know. I think if you're starting to feel a lot of contempt for someone and a lot of resentment, that's when you maybe know like, okay, like for whatever reason, I'm not feeling like I'm receiving what I need from you. And you have to take stock of like, okay, is it that I'm like doing too much? Am I doing too much? Or like, do we need to have a conversation, or is this just not the relationship for me? Like maybe I am holding it at a different place than you are, which is fine. And you just have to like recognize that. But I think that's how you know, is like when you start to feel those feelings like within yourself.
You're so right. I give you a lot of props and respect to people who actually have those conversations, because I know like I would just quietly step back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm scared.
I think it depends on how long you've been friends with someone.
No, that's so fair.
Like I would think like if for whatever reason, like something happened with you and I one day where I was like, I got to a point where I was like, something is different. Like something has changed. I would talk to you about it.
Fair. You're so
but, like those girls, we've been friends for a semester, so we weren't like super close. And I was like, okay, like
that's so fair, because I was like thinking as I was speaking, and I was like, wait, if it was Hannah, like I would talk about it. If it was my friend Alicia, like I would talk about it. If my friend Laura, I would talk about it. But if it's the girls that I have in the past where we were like, friends for like a season, not like years, I just kind of was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And I think another misconception about female friendships is that the friendships that don't last weren't worth it and like were a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I would argue like they weren't. I was really close with these girls in like after college. It was like my first year out, and I wanted to make more friends. And so I went on, I spoke about this on the last friendship episode. I did Bumble BFF, and I met them, and I had so much fun with them. And we went out like every month or every couple of weeks. We did line dancing. We went to bar crawls. We had like the best time. But as we've gotten older and life's been more chaotic, some of us have moved. Some of us have like, you know, fell into a period of life where they were content with like being with their partner and like finding their own people and patterns and stuff like that. And so like you could say like, oh, what a waste of time. And like what a waste of like energy that you put towards for these relationships and these friendships. But when I tell you like those are core memories that I will have forever, like the line dancing, the Santa bar crawl, like the Halloween like parties, like those are just things that like in that time of my life I really needed those female friendships and I really needed that support.
And there's no bad blood. It was it was just life sweeps you away in different directions.
But
I think even when it comes to like bad relationships, because I had a habit of picking friends that were not great for me in my younger years, and it can be like in a sense like I feel like it's easy to be like, well, I wish I didn't have that friendship because it was so bad for me and like it caused me all of this hurt and whatever. But that's like I also learned something from that. You know what I mean? And like things happen for a reason. Yeah. And anyway, I kind of hate saying that, but I got something out of it. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, that's totally understandable. So I think my last like misconception in friendships that I find I have two actually. Okay. My last two misconception in friendships I find is like talking every day and every week. And I don't think the quantity of time you're with someone matters as much as the quality.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but that also, I understand like the more effort you have to put in if they don't live, if they're long distance or if like whatever. So like there's so many layers to that. But I honestly don't talk to my friends every day. I feel like Hannah and I just started talking to each other more recently.
Yeah, it was just like within the last year we've been like texting almost every day.
Yeah, and it's been like outside of the podcast because I feel like a lot of the beginning was like, hey, like when do you want to come over? Hey, like
we texted more to coordinate and like we didn't really share any ideas over text or like anything else.
I think lately we've been
like this is something like silly that happened or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Like my every waking thought, I'm like, oh, Hannah would like this. But my last thing is that conflicts and disagreements are the end of a friendship. And like it's rooted in like a rotten friendship. Now I will say, I love a friend that challenges me in like a polite, reasonable, respectful way. Like we're being honest. I love a friend that like questions my life choices, my decisions in like an appropriate way. I think Hannah's a really good shield of that where she like asks me like the hard-hitting questions. Never judgment, never like, why are you doing it this way? She's like, have you ever thought of why you've done it this way? Or like, what is your motive for that? Or like, does that feel like there's
a difference between like attacking someone and like
understanding.
Like,
I think Hannah's approach is always to understand, and that's how I hope my approach is. Never to like judge or, find like holes and stuff like that. So I think that conflicts and disagreements in friendships are fun. And like, but then again, like I've never had like a screaming breakdown fight with anyone. Like just be so for real. Like I've always like the people that I've always been friends with have always kept it respectful. So like I've never and I will say like, even in like it was definitely more like tenuous in like childhood and like middle school and things like that where like friends were like
when you're still learning how to be a friend and how to like have a relationship with someone,
But I will say I've never had like a scream breakdown match. I've been a witness to them. Like, oh, at the lunch table? But but I've never been like involved in it, and I'm happy to report that.
I know, same. I don't think I've ever had like a really big fight with any friends. I've always been somewhat like conflict averse. So like even if I had angry feelings, it's not like I would share them, which is also not always healthy. Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would think like with any relationship, if you're constantly fighting and butting heads, and it's like another thing where it's like, okay, that's not healthy, but like an occasional disagreement or like someone challenging you on a thought or something in a kind way is normal. Yeah.
Speaking of challenges, I thought that the jealousy, like friendship jealousy, would end in middle school and high school. Like I really did think that it would just be, I just have my friends and like we all have busy lives and we all wouldn't care what each other's doing and like whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I found out that is not the case. It is in fact still alive.
And like, what do you mean by that? Like, what is friendship jealousy?
I think it's different than it was in middle school.
Okay.
I think in middle school it was like, they got paired together on a group project, or like they're hanging out more, or they're on the dance team and I don't dance, or things like that, where maybe like someone's getting closer and like excluding me out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I think in adulthood it's like similar, but like a little different because my frontal lobe's developed and I can critically think about things, so it definitely happens less. Like I'm not saying every day I'm like, I'm so jealous that like she gets to hang out with Matt every day, or like, do you know what I mean? Or like, I'm so jealous that like Hannah has other friends. Like, it's not to that extent. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes the thought of Hannah hanging out with her friends, like I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, really.
I'm like,
like we talked about this on an episode a couple weeks ago where like you mentioned in passing, like, I went to dinner with my friend this week, and I'm like, we didn't go to dinner, so who are you going to dinner with?
No,
excuse me.
I know one of Hannah's friends is moving back to Buffalo, and she's like my friend too. Like we're all like friendly. I'm shaking in my boots. Like I'm shaking in my boots because we spoke about Shannon before. Shannon is so cool.
Yeah, she is.
We're gonna have to have her on. Like
we will. She's so cool.
And I'm terrified. Like I'm like, oh, Hannah's cooler than Hannah's cooler than me, but Shannon's even cooler than us. And I think I can say that confidently. Like I'm
like we're all like, how many weeks now we've been doing like anything Shannon says, yes, I will do it.
Exactly. So like she's moving back, and I'm like shaking in my boots a little bit. I'm like, oh, we're still gonna watch Dancing with the Stars together, right? Like all together. Like you know what I mean? Those things like that. But yeah, it's definitely a little different now than it was.
I would think I was thinking about this because we've been talking about it a little bit recently, and I think it's super normal. It really just comes down to how you act on it. And I think that was where like the maturity comes in. And like in terms of like in middle school, you might have felt that and acted on it in a negative way, where like now you have the limiting of your frontal lobe to be like, okay, I'm feeling that feeling, but like also nothing is wrong.
Yes.
Like it's just an emotion. It's a fleeting feeling, and it's not like they're doing anything to actually show me that they're valuing me less.
Yes. And again, with the critical thinking, you can see like, okay, of course Shannon can hang out with another friend. Like you hang out with other friends. Like it's gonna, like that doesn't make, I think a lot of times I have to reflect it back on myself. Like you hang out with someone else, does that change your relationship with Hannah at all? No. So in turn, Hannah hanging out with someone else does not change her relationship with me at all.
Yeah.
I think that's like part of jealousy, is just the fear of like being alone or being valued less. I think you put that really well.
Yeah. So. I was gonna say, like, I think in terms of jealousy of your friends having other friends, but also like maybe just having feelings of jealousy like towards your friend in general, like in term maybe like of their job or like something that they have or whatever. I think you have to take a second and think, okay, is this like a fleeting feeling? Or is there something deeper going on? Like if you're feeling this way constantly, I think especially if it comes to, well, honestly, any kind of jealousy, like whether it is about them hanging out with someone else or like something that they have or whatever that they're doing. Like when I think of like, okay, when I have that thought of jealousy of like you hanging out with someone else, it's very fleeting. I'm able to be like, it's that I can dismiss it. Like I can reasonably dismiss it. But it's something that you can't dismiss, or that it's happening like all the time and bringing you like a lot of conflict. You have to think about like there's something going on of like are you not feeling appreciated in your friendship? Are you not feeling like something is being reciprocated that like you're giving? Or do you feel like there's, even if it's like you're feeling envious towards your friend of something that they have in their life, is there are you dissatisfied with something in your own life?
Yes.
That's causing you to feel that way?
I think a lot of times, at least for me, when I have these very strong feelings of like envy or jealousy, it's not a reflection of them, it's a reflection of myself.
Yeah.
Where I need to like look and see like, okay, what am I dissatisfied? And how can I work towards it? I think it's funny because jealousy and like envy is like a very like nasty green feeling. Yeah. But I think it's a great place to start. Yeah. In creating goals or creating like your dream life or being that girl, because
or just like self-reflection.
Exactly.
No, I think that's true. Like I think it can be hard to confront it because I think in general we treat it as like a very shameful thing. Yes. And bad things can come out of jealousy and like people can do bad things out of it, but I think it is a really good way to like self-reflect and be like, why do I feel this way? Like why am I feeling envious of something? And I think too, like in a separate sense, like it's very normal, but it comes down to how you act on it. And you think about too, like, do you have like past wounds that are being like touched upon by whatever's happening? Or also I was thinking like, if you feel like a really intense feeling of jealousy every time your friend hangs out with someone, or it's like you just can't let it go, like do you have the mindset that like love and friendship is finite? Like someone only has so much to give.
It's like there's a scarcity.
Yes. Yeah. So I think those are things to like think of if you're having those feelings of jealousy.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that perspective of love being finite and like the scarcity of it, because in my body and soul or whatever, it's not. But I do see when like you're hanging out with someone else or like whatever, I'm like, okay, does she not have enough time or want to hang out with me now? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I love that.
Friendship in your adulthood is hard, but when I was reading through this and like especially thinking about like female friendships, it was actually really interesting. Like they've been doing a lot of studies on female friendships, and especially like I think it's just because a lot more medical research on women has been coming out, because we heard historically like no medicine is based on us. And anyway, they were studying stress in women, and because it presents and affects our bodies in very different ways than it does for men. And they actually found like in these tests that female friendship is linked to improved health outcomes. Like there was something, this is correlation, it's not causation at all, but like they did a study on like breast cancer patients who were diagnosed, and like those with a lot of friendships, not necessarily people who lived close by, but like strong female connections, had a better chance of recovery than those who did not. It has effects on your longevity. Like if you think about the fact that like maybe statistically men die before women, so like your husband dies, and if you still have those strong female connections, then a lot of like what keeps you alive as you get older is connection to people. So it's got effects on longevity, and obviously like if it's improving your health, it's improving your longevity. And then emotional well-being, like women with more women friends, specifically women friends, have a better emotional well-being outcome.
I think female friendships, being a female, it's very validating. And not that Nick or your partner can like wouldn't validate you in like having your period or like childbirth or like the fears of whatever, but they will, there's this
they can sympathize, but they can't empathize. And I think you need that. Like I wrote that down. Like there is a difference between men and women, and there's a difference between your men and relationships you have with men and women, and you have different needs from those relationships. Where I feel like having a female friends, like especially like as you're don't live with your parents anymore, like, and you obviously you can like rely on your parents, or maybe you can, to like guide you through some things. Like I'm thinking about like marriage and childbirth and whatever, but also like it's nice to have someone who's going through it in the same time or who has just recently gone through it that you can lean on and grow with as you get older.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So I think it also is a sense of modeling that like Hannah will model. I'll see something that Hannah does. I'm like, I really respect that. I really like that. And it's something that I can take into my daily life. And like even the way Hannah talks about herself, I'm like, oh, like slay. Oh, like slay. Like women can do that. You know what I mean? Because in my Nick and I go and have this conversation a lot of times about like my brain versus like a female brain versus a male brain. Because sometimes he's like, oh yeah, I can just live in nothing, and I'm like, I can shut off my brain essentially. Yeah. And like can't relate to that in the slightest. No. So
there are always 40 tabs open.
Actually.
And I think it's just like from what I've seen online, like I think that's normal. Just like the female experience.
I think so too, and to have a female friendship, to understand the female experience is so liberating. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to like come up with these scenarios that like relate to Nick or men or whatever. Yeah. It's very freeing. It's very like a lot of relief, I feel, like speaking to him.
Yeah, and feeling seen, like when you're struggling with something, like having someone that you can talk to and you just feel seen, even if they haven't gone through it, like they can see where you're coming from. Is just so like the stress relief is insane. Like I was even thinking about like talking about like when you brought up like body image or like that kind of thing, like if I think about like, I'm sure if you've like talked to Nick about this or like I talked to Matt about it, they're like, well, you're beautiful, like I think you're beautiful, and it's like I know they're not lying, like I know that they mean that, but it's also like they don't have the experience of like what it feels like to be a woman and the pressure of looking a certain way and the pressure of like feeling like your time is limited to be beautiful and desirable, even if you don't want to be. Like to everyone, you know what I mean? Like it's
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I know all the women that are listening to this are like, yep. And like I'm not even speaking complete sentences and we're like, yes, got it.
Exactly.
We're clocking it. Yeah. But no, so I think it is like having someone that can validate those experiences for you is
key,
crucial. Yeah.
And I didn't know I was missing it until Hannah and I reconnected. I think that's why I went on Bumble BFF, was because I was missing this female friendship, and right around that time, like Hannah and I started talking again. So I knew I was missing it, and because Nick is he's like a best friend. Yeah, like, he's so cool. He's so much fun. Like I'm spending the rest of my life with him. Like he's amazing. He's perfect. But I don't know. I was just missing that like female connection.
Yes.
And now I have it. Yeah. And I talk about it every single week.
It's late for me. No, it's great. I had kind of become aware of that in high school, where once I moved here, I felt like I wasn't making as deep of friendship connections as I had in my younger years, where like I felt like to a degree it was toxic, where like my younger friendships in like elementary and middle school, like we shared everything with each other, and like just being able to like expose these parts of yourself to someone who like also understands what you're going through, I was really craving that, and I didn't feel like I fully connected to someone else in that way until we like reconnected. And I think it does come from it. Part of it is like settling down and maturing, I think, but also
it comes from vulnerability.
It does.
Because I remember,
and like I really had to put the work into like, okay, like I want to hang out with Nicole, so I have to put myself out there.
Yes. And also it's like when you're starting new friendships, it's like, what do we say? What's too much? What's not enough? Unfortunately for me, everything is on the table because I just can't stop shutting up.
No, and I love that.
But it definitely like it brought us closer.
Yes.
Like we were like, oh.
But then like in terms of like building the friendship, like we had to take the time to be like, let's hang out. And you have to put yourself out there of like, because there's always the nervousness of like, am I coming off too strong? Like,
I really like
it really is like dating someone.
Yeah, it really is.
And that's why I think Bumble BFF is like so perfect, that it's like a spin-off of a dating app, because friendship is like dating.
It is like dating. You're like swiping, you're like talking, you're like, hey, like,
you're like nervous.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. But I was like more nervous of like, is this a woman on the other end? Not like, you know what I mean? Because I went out to meet her and I was like, I'm scared. I'm shaking in my boots. Yeah. This is a brave thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like send me a location. Like I will. Because But yeah. But I'm glad we're friends.
Me too.
All right, guys. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Mm-hmm. You can email us at Gmail. Mm-hmm. You can email us at holdingapod@gmail.com. You can watch us on Spotify and YouTube, and we do clips every week. Some related to the podcast, some not, on our TikTok at Holding a Pod, and Instagram at Holding a Pod.
Yeah.
So same time next week.
Bye.